Uh, Greetings, everyone. Anyone has been to Africa? To be specific, any one of us who has been to Kenya? Thank you so much. So my name is Elisha Caleb. I've spent much of my time and my lifetime to think of a local solution that can solve most of our local problems. And I was born in a rural community by a smallholder farmer. And in this rural community, we had many problems and many challenges in healthcare ecosystem. I saw a lot of people struggling to access to medical services, access to vaccines, access to treatments, and even access to being diagnosed of rare diseases. We saw a lot of people dying in our community because of lack of information of the problems or the diseases that they are undergoing through. Those are rare diseases. It was on this case that we took the problem into our hands when one of my co-founder, his mother, died from rare diseases. And this does not end there. Over 50 million Africans die today or are undergoing or are suffering from rare diseases without them knowing. And this figure goes to extra higher to more than 350 million globally, people suffering from rare diseases without them knowing, having access to medical services that can support them, and even being diagnosed because they are so rural and even they lack this information of diagnosis. And that's when we started ChangeBox. Our main goal is to make sure that everyone has access to information, everyone has access to better treatment, everyone has access to best of the best medical services, whereby they have the best cooling services for this. I'm glad to introduce to you SDDD R4DR. This, what do I mean by this? This 100% solar-powered cooling service, a preservation technology that extends the shelf life of vaccines, rare disease medicines, and even blood for these people like our rural community. Our solution, as I said, extends the shelf life of the medical solutions like blood, medicine, and even vaccines to make sure that it reaches to hard to reach the off-grid communities, a place like of our mother. We said we cannot leave it there. We have to get the best of the best technology providers. And that's why we went to an extra mile to partner with Google and Oracle to make sure that we have the best technology and the best database that will keep the information of all these people in our rural communities who are suffering from rare diseases. We developed a digital platform whereby all the people that we diagnose in the rural community, the information is captured in our database, and we don't leave it there. We give them frequent updates, frequent messages in terms of what medicine they should take after diagnosis, what time they should take, and how this medicine should reach them in the hard-to-reach community where we have partnered with healthcare centers. And again, the digital platform is able to track the vaccines and medicine and even blood to hard-to-reach communities through our cold chain services. The digital platform is also able to see the temperature requirements of sensitive substances like plasma blood, which is needed by many people who are suffering from rare diseases in our rural community. How do we reach the last mile? This one of our agents in our rural community who is transporting the vaccine and the medicine to the heart reach, that's the door place for people who are suffering from rare diseases. This has been a great success because of our great partnership and the potential team. From the great partnership we have also had from Aston University and also the in-house team with diverse experiences. The future looks so promising. The future for a rural community person who is suffering from rare diseases looks and seems so promising with the Changer Box. Because the information will be captured with our digital platform, they'll be assured of access to medical services, access to medicine, access to vaccine, access to diagnosis because of this great solution Changer Box is bringing to them. The future looks so promising for more than 2 million rural community people who are also off-grid because our solution is solar-powered, and they are assured of this extension of shelf life for the medical equipment they are using. And again, the future looks so promising for our government, healthcare facilities, because we are capturing all the data that is required by our health centers, government, to make sure we know who is who and who is suffering from which rare disease in our communities. We exist for every one of us. We create hope for every person suffering from rare disease, and we are bringing hope to our rural community. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Judge questions, Rohit.
So this is a two-part question. The first one is, from the perspective of cost of some of the rare disease medicines that would be carried in Changer Box, they can run into thousands and thousands of dollars. So there's a certain security aspect of that. The second part is counterfeit. So when you have someone who picks up a certain drug or a treatment or such like, how can we ensure that that is the very same drug that ultimately reaches the rural community? So it's about counterfeit protection and obviously security for something in rare diseases that can be a very expensive treatment coming in, let's say, a very basic transportation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So for security is something that Changer Box values so much. That's why we went to an extra mile to come up with a digital platform to make sure that we monitor the medical equipment inside the cooling service, from where we input them, from the medical centers to the last miles. That's the doorsteps of our patients. On counterfeit, we have partnered with the KEBS, that's for Kenya. We have partnered with institutions that make sure that which whatever is put inside or which whatever that we get, it's assured that it's of high quality, high standards, and best for that rural person. But again, we have also partnered with the best of the best institutions, and that's what we are looking forward to partner with the best and well-known institutions that can give us all these medical equipments that we're giving our patients.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
My question, I have two questions. As you interact with patients, bringing them medicines that they do need, you are definitely going to come somehow in contact with patient data. And how do you ensure that it's well secured? And secondly, you are from Kenya, and your problems in Kenya are not just unique to Kenya. Other African countries do face the same challenges when it comes to rare diseases. So what timelines do you think you would be able, like resources permitting, how far do you think you can be able to roll out your solution?
Thank you so much. For the question of security of data of our patients, we are using the partnership we have with Oracle to make sure that the data that we have is safeguarded and the data that we have is kept for secrecy for us and the patients. And also in terms of scaling up, we are looking forward to scaling up to other East African countries in the next 2 years, whereby we have already started rolling out the trainings in terms of our digital platform, how it works, in terms of our cold chain service, how it works. That's by targeting every county government, giving them the best information on how important this is to their communities, to their patients, to their citizens. In terms of rolling out, it's something that we have a strategic plan in the next 2 years. We achieve to reach 3 East African countries. That's Tanzania, Uganda, and also Rwanda.
Great. Kevin.
Maybe a quick question, we'll see. But congratulations. But as you look at the future of your company, do you see yourself as more of a data company or of a refrigerated box company?
Definitely. This is something that goes hand in hand together. We need to have data to make sure that everybody has our services. So Agrotech Plus, under the Chanjo Box, it's an organization that we are looking forward to have all this data for our patients. And at the same time, we don't just leave it there because data is not the solution. We need to give this person who is suffering from this specific problem the main solution. And the main solution is definitely giving the treatment, giving them the best medicine. So we are using data to solve the problem our patients are going through.
I would like to know a bit more which kind of information are you collecting now from the patients on the rare disease space?
So we take through our patients through diagnosis because we are partnered with health institutions which test this patient. We get to know which rare disease they are suffering from. And again, we take data, sensitive data like age. We also take the sensitive data like which medicine they require and how frequent they need it.
Wonderful. All right. We are
That's a small part of the much data we take from the
Perfect.
patients.
Thanks, Elisha.